So you like the retro look, but you're not sold on that whole open face helmet thing. You still want proper protection, proper usability. Well, this might just fix that. It's the HJC V60, and I've been spending some time riding in this to find out if it actually delivers. Retro-inspired bikes, clothing and gear have been popular for years, and it really exploded a decade or so ago and is still the go-to style for a lot of riders. Events like the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, along with manufacturers leaning into retro-styled bikes, have really cemented that look. But when it comes to helmets, it feels to me like things have slowed down a little bit. Because if you're not sold on the purity of an open face helmet, then your choice can be a little bit limited. It's either a modern full face with some retro styling or something that sits in between. And that's where this comes in. There are some classics out there. The Bell Moto 3 is a great example, and it's built a huge following. The Shoei X0 was another standout, and it looked pretty badass.
It's extremely badass.
But that's now disappeared, possibly a casualty of ECE 2206. So if you are looking for something in that space, there definitely seems to be less around than there used to be. And that led me to the V60, which interestingly is the first HJC helmet I've ever reviewed on the channel. So what's it all about? It's a fiberglass composite shell available from extra small through to 2XL across 3 different shell sizes. You've got a retractable internal visor with 3 positions. The lining is fully removable and moisture wicking with emergency release cheek pads. There's a 3-snap peak included in the box too. It's ECE 2206 and has a double D ring. And this size large comes in at 1,264 grams on my scales. And to be honest, that's about it on paper. So let's get into what it's actually been like out on the road. I think sizing is accurate, and overall I found it to be a comfortable helmet. I've got an intermediate oval head shape, maybe leaning slightly towards a long oval, and this worked pretty well for me. There is some slight pressure on the forehead, but not very much at all. I found it feels quite similar to the Shoei X0, it's just that fraction rounder. The low weight is noticeable straight away, and visibility is excellent, pretty much almost what you'd get from an open face. For this type of helmet, talking about ventilation is admittedly a bit of a funny one. There are 6 vents on the front, but in reality, given the helmet style, they don't do a great deal. I'd say they're more about looks than anything else. One feature that is genuinely useful though is the pull down visor. It does a really good job of protecting you from wind and debris on the road, because let's be honest, taking an insect to the face at 60 miles an hour isn't that much fun. You've got 3 positions, and I found the lowest one worked best at speed. It sits just close enough to my cheeks, creating a kind of small seal, and that reduces the wind from getting in. In the upper positions it's fine at slower speeds, but on the motorway I did get some fluttering around the eyes. Drop it down fully though and that problem is sorted. And if you wear glasses, you've got no issues there. Plenty of room behind that visor to pull it down whilst you're wearing them. You can run it with or without the peak. Personally, I prefer it with. I just think it looks better. Performance-wise, the peak is actually pretty good. There's not really any extra noise, and there's no issues on shoulder techs. You only really notice any wind grab once you're up to motorway speeds. And if you want full coverage, you can always throw on a set of goggles, and it works perfectly. In terms of noise, it's actually quieter than I was expecting. A lot of that does come down to the fit, admittedly, but also the interior. It's plush, it's comfortable, and overall it's just a nice place to put your head. What I really like about this helmet is its flexibility. Peak, no peak, visor up or down, sunglasses, goggles. You can set it up however you want. But either way, I think it is a great looking lid. There's a good range of colours and designs available. Prices start at $269.99 for plain, rising to $299.99 for graphics. And honestly, if you're after a retro motocross styled helmet, this really does tick a lot of boxes. It looks and feels like a premium helmet. It's lightweight, comfortable, and really looks the part. And in the absence of premium competition, I think this helmet is a really good buy. So if you've got any questions, then fire away in the comment section. Other than that, all that leaves me to say is, until next time, thanks for watching, take care, ride safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.